Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Vincent Vyce, and this is Telltales. Episode 1, Footprints in the Sand, by Helena Hunt. I could feel the sand beneath my feet. I could hear the ocean swaying in and out gently on the sand surface. I could see the sky turn an orange colour. I sat underneath a curving palm tree, its big leaves keeping me cool. I put my hands on the sand and felt it slip through my fingers. I was all alone on this island, no one to hold or talk to, just the sound of my own voice and the birds swimming by to keep me company. It was lovely here, the sun to keep you warm, the beautiful sounds of nature, the tropical fruits and trees to climb, but all it lacked was a population, at least another person to keep you company. For entertainment, I scavenged the island, finding new objects, washed up things. My most recent discovery was a book. It's old and a bit difficult to read, but it's still a wonderful thing. I stood up from under the palm tree and walked around the island, walking the same footprints for the millionth time. Around the coconut trees, past the wooden hut that took me ages to make, past the nature trail, under the waterfall and next to the forever rainbow and past the birds' nests. The little breeze hit me. I loved when there was a breeze. It somehow made me calm and everything else looked like a fantasy world. I walked across the stepping stones, making my way over to the waterfall. I looked down at the little lake. There were little fishes swimming by. They looked so pretty when the rainbow hit them, making their scales all shiny and colourful. I smiled, but carried on crossing the rocks. I've become a pro at this, as I do it most of the time. Seriously, what else can I do? I make it to the beautiful waterfall. Every time I look at it, it just looks better. I sit underneath, the sound of heavy water hitting elegant calm waves. I looked up at the sky. It was the colour of an orange split open. The tall trees swaying in the wind and the fish splashing about. Many people wanted the peace in heaven. This was heaven, believe me, but I just wanted something else, someone else. I opened my eyes slowly, realizing that I must have fallen asleep. I sat up rubbing my eyes. Seeing the moon woke me up even more. It was full. I've only ever seen half before. What does this mean? I got up carefully, not wanting to slip, and stepped back across the rocks. I knew that I should get back to my hut. I climbed a tree and crossed each one until I reached it. I climbed down, but immediately noticed something wrong. I saw footprints. They were not mine. My feet were petite. These feet were quite big. I looked at the ocean and noticed a small wooden boat. That's not mine, I thought to myself. I heard a sudden crash coming from my hut and a yelp. I quickly hid behind a nearby bush. A few minutes later, a boy on my edge walked out. I gasped. Another person, I thought to myself. The boy spun round and I quickly ducked down. Not wanting to get caught, I slowly rose my head above the leaves. No one was there. I stood up and brushed the sand off my dress. Hey there! I spun round, gasped and toppled over. The boy bent over and looked at me. His big blue eyes glistened in the moonlight, and his glossy brown hair swayed in the wind. I thought I was the only one on this island. He smiled and put out his hand. Here, let me help you up, considering I was the one that startled you. I grabbed his hand and looked into his eyes. So, what's your name? He asked politely. I stuttered. I had never spoken before. I didn't know how to pronounce words. You're shy, huh? He smiled a half smile. Not to worry. I'm just a loud and confident person. The name's Dan. Dan. I opened my eyes wide. I spoke. I spoke. I thought to myself. I laughed. Sorry, am I missing something here? Dan looked confused. I carried on laughing. Oh, my name's funny. He looked hurt. I shook my head fiercely. That's good.